Time for you to get down on your knees and pray. Say goodbye to the good old days. They're never coming back. Watch your future fade. I came away to get my dues paid. I guess you had a dream, but it can't be saved. I'm glad to stay. Let's get out of my way. I came to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees and pray. Say goodbye to the good old days. They're never coming back. Watch your future fade. I came away to get my dues paid. I guess you had a dream, but it can't be saved. I'm glad to stay. Let's get out of my way. I'm here to stay. Let's get out of my way.
I don't know if you guys heard, but we came to play.
Awesome.
And
Awesome!
And we're here with episode number 6. We've made it over a month, so we're on the road to Wrestlemania, and we're on the road to longevity. Just not yet to iTunes. We're getting there.
I think we have enough episodes as season 1 of The Walking Dead, so that's something right there.
There
We're
you
at
go.
6 right now.
We still have more shows than The Rock.
Ooh.
House shows?
Any show.
That's true. Alright, so we just had Raw yesterday, which was actually a really, really good Raw. We got a lot to talk about. But we're back once again. Episode number 6. You got Moose on the mic, along with Dick the Knife.
Yep.
And the Road Toads.
Hola.
I like how you did that. Representing the heavyweight championship spirit.
I feel like after some of my We the People comments last week,
Oh.
I had to,
Oh.
level the playing field
Level
a little
out.
bit. Yeah.
You know what kind of sucked about last week? That I thought, man, that show went really fucking well.
Yeah.
And then, driving home, get home, and start fucking reading. The fuck did Swagger say? And we just missed it.
And we're
Yeah,
complete.
just missed it.
And we're
Shit.
completely, giving them good vibes. Like, man, this is gonna work.
I was pretty
Swagger's
bummed.
doing it.
Yeah.
And then I read that and went up. Well, that's gone. That's why I think I tweeted you, Road Toad, about the now we get to celebrate his push. Oh wait, no. That's not
And
happening.
it's gone.
Road to unemployment. That's where he was fucking heading.
I mean, it looks like they're still going to roll with him until
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to win. There were rumors that he was actually supposed to
Mhm.
win and then
Right.
get cashed in on by Ziggler.
Which would have been kind of weird, though, because he
Would've
was a
been kinda
monster
weird.
person, yeah.
But now he's probably just going to lose. And then Del Rio get cashed in on.
Right. Something like Angle Lock, something.
Like, in all honesty, though, like, what the fuck? What was he doing? Like, really? Like, my career's back on track. Better go get drunk, drive with some pot.
maybe he was stressed.
Like, what the hell?
Maybe it was R-Truth.
This is probably Zeb's part.
He does look like.
He looks like a total
Yeah.
stoner.
For sure.
I just was like, man, like, what a lack of awareness.
Yeah.
Like, total, like,
But
career unaware.
But don't you get less if you smoke the real one and not the fake one? Because didn't Evan Bourne get, 2 months and it was just fake pot? It wasn't even...
But it was Evan Bourne, who wasn't on the WrestleMania push, who's just getting the cause of mainstream press.
Yeah.
Like, they're getting, they were on, I think it was on CNN. I think there was, on CNN.com, there was a little, short in there about it.
About
so-
Swagger?
Just about the whole, not about...
The
his-
whole angle.
Yeah, just the whole angle with
Oh.
Glenn Beck and everything.
Yeah. Right.
But, so, he's lucky that's still going on, so he's got another couple of weeks.
We'll get back into that since we had a pretty decent segment on Raw. But let's kick it off right away. We start off Raw with the chairman of the board, which is rehired because he was fired, but Triple H. But regardless, Vince is back. Had hip surgery, and he can barely walk. He can barely stand on that feet.
He could not
Good thing
stand.
Michael Cole and Jerry got us all the info about him barely able to walk. But nonetheless, we all know what's going to happen. He's going to get up there. He's going to have Paul Heyman come out. And who's going to show up?
Brock.
Yes. And who's going to come to defend Vince? Is it going to be Stephanie?
I thought it
Wish.
was gonna be Shano.
Shayna Mack?
Gonna come out in that.
Shano looks like he needs to check into a retirement home.
Yeah.
He looks fucking older than
How can he
Vince.
look older than his dad? Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I don't know. He's probably hard living out there in Asia. That's what he's doing. He runs like a pay-per-view company out in Japan or Asia or something
Oh, no
like that.
shit. Is that where he got Tensai?
Could be. He's like, hey, this guy reminds me a lot of Albert.
The
guy's
tattoos gotta leave me here.
He's got the look. His tattoos are funky though.
You never used them anyways,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
regardless.
Oh, I know. But fucking, yeah, he looks terrible.
So we got Vince out there, and he's calling on Heyman. Heyman comes over there, gives him a half spear, and he's holding on his hip. And of course, we get the stainless steel fucking crutches that are gonna get broken on Vince. So he gets a really good hit on him, and all of a sudden, who's gonna come save him from Brock now that Brock's on his way down? And other than his son-in-law Triple H, which we weren't expecting, that's for sure.
No, complete shock.
That was unexpected.
Clearly, Cole and Jerry didn't know who it was.
I didn't know who. I didn't
Could
know.
it be?
Is it him? Is it really him? I mean, I had no idea.
Whatever. It's Triple H. Cool.
You knew it. You knew it was going to happen, but I'm not.
You were the age.
I'll be lying to you if I said I wasn't wrong. Seeing him come down, I'm like, all right, it's getting me more excited. You know?
Yeah. By the way, that t-shirt's pretty sweet.
It's very nice.
I like that new t-shirt. But I got a rule. My rule is if it has a skull on it, I can't buy it. Because I just feel like too many people that wear skulls in their t-shirts are pretty much douches for the most part.
I'm also wearing a Punisher t-shirt right now. Thanks a lot.
Not everybody, baby.
And a hat, by the way. So yeah.
Different type of skull.
Yeah.
Regardless, I like the t-shirt. Not buying it though, but pretty nice. Apparently, Triple H was kind of stressed though. He was having some perspiration.
Yeah, he was.
He had a lot of stress going on into that match.
Oh my god.
But I was
before on that walk down.
Yeah, walking towards the ring, and he goes to jump Brock, and he gets over him, and I didn't even notice it till Dick pointed it out. You gotta watch it in the dark, man.
I saw that last night, and he just gets flipped over, spread eagle, and there's just this huge taint stain on his jeans.
Large amount of swags all over.
Swass, swalls, and swings, all that put together.
So this is what could have happened. I just put together a scenario in my head.
Right, let's go.
So they were in Dallas.
Okay.
So there's a lot of Tex-Mex down there.
Right.
Maybe he had some bad Tex-Mex and he was holding it in. You know when you gotta take a shit, you're holding it in, like you were perspirating down there. Like you were working hard. So maybe they're like, Hunter, you're on, and he's like, well, I gotta take a shit. And they're like, well, just hold it, okay? Because you're on, we're live. And he's like, so he's
do it live!
Yeah, okay, we'll do it live. Yeah, maybe he had to take a thumper.
Yeah, I like how you deducted the whole geographical situation. That was good.
Or maybe he just is in an excessive sweater.
I don't know. That was...
From that region, you might as well put him on your list. Because you gotta...
Oh, yeah, I don't want to wrestle on the...
Especially if you gotta take a pedigree. You're right in the danger zone there.
Did you
back
guys...
of your neck. Oh, gee.
Yeah.
I forgot where I heard this, but there was some interview with some fucking wrestler, and they were saying, the most uncomfortable, most embarrassing thing was, Jerry Lawler had a fucking, like a match on a house show or some shit, and apparently he pooped during the match with his fucking singlet. No. I gotta look it up. I'm not lying. I remember hearing this word for word. But
Look at this! I'll Bing it right now, but I don't know if I want that in the search engine right now.
Could you
look at the
imagine?
history on that.
Could you imagine JR on the call?
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God! What a devastating maneuver! Jerry Lawler has shit himself.
Oh,
man.
Anywho, we get a huge attack from Brock and Triple H. They're exchanging blows, and at first I didn't know where the fuck Brock cut himself. I was like, how the fuck did this man start bleeding? But then he got into Ric Flair action. He didn't just bleed a little bit. He fucking
he
was
was getting
pouring.
done.
Yeah, it was like a gangrel bloodbath. That shit was serious.
Yeah.
It was fucking everywhere. I like how when he threw him on the pole again, I left a huge fucking stain on it. It looked pretty fucking intense.
And all in front of Vince, who's sitting down. He's like, oh no,
PG,
oh no,
PG,
that's not PG.
PG.
That's not PG.
Yeah.
So good.
I like how he just sat down in the fucking comfy ass chair.
Yeah.
Fucking crutches are bench.
Well, he got a crutch thrown at him. That was pretty good.
Yeah. But anyways, we have a huge, exchange of blows, and finally Triple H comes on top, and Brock ends up walking away, kind of like, oh, you got me this time, but I'll come back. Of course, going to lead to... Yes, we're going to be seeing the WrestleMania match, which I think finally we'll see Triple H go over and beat him on it. I know the way of going around it, and we'll see where Brock leaves after that. But a good start to Raw. We all expected it. I didn't think it was going to open the damn show,
Yeah,
but
I didn't think that.
nonetheless, some good stuff out of it. We got some blood. We got a lot of good stuff happening, which then after this is where I got really my hopes dropped so much, because afterwards we got a match with Ryback and Dolph. And I was like, well, fucking great. Who's gonna look good in this one? I wonder. And I think you said it best, Dick. It's like, he sells so damn well that you're gonna use him to fucking lose every time because he looks so good losing.
Especially with Ryback coming off of all those losses. You know, he's so many pay-per-view losses in a row, and he's angry. So what better way than to take his aggression out on somebody who's the best seller in the damn company? And he's gonna make him look like a damn monster.
That's a good point. I never really thought of it that way. It's kind of a gift and a curse. It's something that he gets praised for to the point where they're like, well, who do we want the job? You know, someone who the match isn't going to look that good, or have someone who's going to make, you know, would make Damian Sandow look like an absolute monster. You know, I mean, he makes the Rough Rider look like the most devastating shit ever. Yeah. So I mean, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, and once the man turns face, I think you'll finally see where he gets on that winning streak. But that ain't gonna happen anytime soon. That man's gonna be heel for a while, and I think he'll go and champ as a heel. But it just fucking sucks seeing him lose. And fucking Ryback beat the shit out of him. How many times did he throw him on his head?
Yeah.
I lost count.
No,
like, he slammed him, he like spine busted him like 2 or 3 times. It looked horrible.
It's gonna come to the point where he's gonna legit hurt somebody and they're gonna be important. And then you'll see the decline of Ryback. Because in all honesty, like, the gimmick's cool now. Everyone likes it because it's new. It's a little bit different, sort of. I mean, if you've never seen Goldberg before, it'd be new.
To the new audience, yeah.
But, like, how long can that go on? I mean, because, throughout... That's why we're mad at Cena, because he's so stale, because, like, it's been the same shit.
Yeah.
So, like, how long can Ryback go on and be successful being, you know, this big brute? I don't see him lasting till SummerSlam.
Right. I think you'll see a heel turn sooner or later. I think.
Yeah, you have to, because you can't do storylines with a guy who can't talk.
Yeah.
And, like, his promos are so simple, and his character is fit for a heel. So, yeah, I would see him going heel, but I don't know. I mean, that could be just me because I don't like him.
What really pisses me off, and this is in the past because he hasn't cut a promo in forever, but when he does, he tries to like add some sort of like comic relief inside of them. Like, don't even try. Like,
right.
You're a fucking monster. You're not trying to, you're not John Cena. You don't have to put in the one-liner in there and talk about Call of Duty or the fuck he's gonna talk about.
Fucking god awful.
Yeah. Regardless, Ziggler gets fucking squashed, even though he has a goddamn bodyguard and he has an escort that apparently can't gets Ryback's attention, or fucking, Big E can't hurt him either. So Ryback just basically beat 3 people. It's just fucking ridiculous, because what is he going to do at WrestleMania? What is Ryback going to do at WrestleMania?
It'll have to be
Fill
like
a match.
It'll be him, Orton, Jericho against the Shield. Because I don't say Sheamus, because I do see Sheamus and Wade Barrett. Yeah. Which doesn't make any sense. Like, if Wade Barrett's got the
fucking times.
And the Intercontinental Championship, like, what do either of them has to do with that? Like, neither of them should have that belt. There's so many people who should have that belt to, like, use that stepping stone. I mean, Wade Barrett, like, on the mic and in the ring, his presence, I mean, he's main event talent all day long, just waiting for his time. I don't see the point of having them wrestle again.
You know who we should feud with after this? I think Daniel Bryan will be an awesome feud for Wade Barrett. Back when he was doing the Nexus stuff, they had a couple of matches. They were fucking good-ass matches.
Daniel Bryan needs to get the fuck out of
Team Hell No.
I'm so burnt out. At first, I was like, oh, this is really cool. And like you said last week, it's better for Kane than it is for anybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, it really only benefits Kane. I mean, it kind of holds Daniel Bryan back. It's showing he's got some comedic talent, but like...
We kind of known that, though.
But he's such an awesome wrestler. Like, I almost forget what it's like for him to be in a singles competition. Like a legit match, not like some stupid squash match.
Just gimmick match. Yeah. So after we see Dolph get demolished, unfortunately, we do get a CM Punk promo, which was, expected. Was it really needed, though? I mean, I'm not going to complain when I see CM Punk talk, but did I really need to see him talk? At to a point, I thought it was really kind of filler, and I didn't really see the point of him having to come out.
Especially with him being uninterrupted. He just was out there then left, and it was like,
right.
This was
And of course, I think we were all kind of speculating, if Undertaker shows up, where did he show up? And I thought, of course, come the main event, he'll be the reason Punk loses, because they need to get Punk something to do. I mean, we'll get there a little bit eventually, but you kind of hinted to me this when you were watching it, is that screamed Undertaker when he was talking about, what do you say, mortal, or what the fuck was he talking about?
Being immortal and being God. But like, another thing that I didn't really think of is like, Paul Heyman's moved on storyline-wise. And Punk actually, for the first time in a long time, got heat by himself. I mean, there were a lot of boos, more boos than cheers. He's doing a good job of finally getting that heat. And the casual wrestling fan moves on quickly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, people who cheered him at first still are starting to boo him now, but... Yeah, I mean, I think it pretty much, like Dick was saying on Twitter while it was going on, like, it pretty much screams like an Undertaker promo.
Yeah.
To try and force a storyline, because at this point, with Undertaker taking so long to get back, it's going to come out of nowhere.
Right. Like an arcade.
The best kinds.
We also hear about the Hall of Fame, and they're going to induct somebody in the Celebrity Hall, which has so many good people like Drew Carey. And
Is it Bob Barker?
Yeah,
Is he in
I
it?
think Mike Tyson's in there.
Well, Tyson, if you think about it, Tyson deserves to be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one, at least he liked the product. He likes the product.
Yeah.
You know, even though he can barely talk about it. Like, you see him in interviews and like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
Well,
he's so...
he's just like, he couldn't talk about boxing, I don't think. I don't think he knows anything.
So we're... I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, that's the one sport he could thrive in where they're like, see that guy over there? Yeah, just go knock the shit out of him. There's no technique to it for you. Just go out there and just punch him until he doesn't move anymore.
True. So we hear Trump's going to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. I don't mind this at all, to be honest with you, because of all the involvement that he had
Early
when
on,
WrestleMania
yeah.
was still in its infancy, and he was kind of, you know, a stone into helping out him really make WrestleMania what it is today as that, you know, big spectacle. So that's pretty cool that they're inducting him into it, add him to the class. Is the class done? Is that fully it?
Should be.
Like, if you look at the graphic, I don't think you
Like
can fit
5
anybody
people.
else. Yeah, I don't think. But, I mean, it's a decent class. Trish Stratus is always a hottie, so you don't want to see her
She's still a babe.
every day. We talk about her every day.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, she's doing yoga too, right? She does something. Something.
She does?
Exercise. Yeah. Sweet spot, something.
I'm going to get on that.
Yeah. We got her, we got Mick Foley, we got Bruno, we got Backlund, and now Trump. So, some solid people in this. I think last year there was two. I think Ric Flair and the Horsemen just overpowered. That was last year, right?
Right.
They completely overpowered everybody else. But this one I think is a good mixture of stuff. So cool. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. This really made me get a huge sigh of relief. Because last time we kind of talked about it, I was like, fuck, is Mark Henry really going to face fucking Khali at WrestleMania? Like, is that really going to be a match that we're going to have? And then, watching Raw, and then I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, he's going to face Khali? And I was like, please don't walk out. Please don't walk out. And the entire match, I was thinking, at one point, he's going to just walk away from this match. I was like, God damn it. We're going to see him face his ass at fucking WrestleMania.
And after he just faced him like a week or two ago on SmackDown and beat the shit out of him. And it was like, why are you gonna... Thankfully they got it out of the way on Raw last night. That's all that matters.
You know the man is stupid strong, but goddamn, he held him for like half an hour. It was fucking ridiculous.
I mean, Khali did have, like, his hand. Like, it was pretty blatantly on Mark Henry's leg, but I don't think it was needed.
Yeah.
Because it didn't look like he was straining. I mean, he
No,
was walking
not at all.
around with him.
Yeah, like nothing, like a fucking puppet, like he was Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Thankfully it lasted, 2 minutes maybe?
Not
Yeah,
even.
it was over quick, thankfully.
Not even. Couple of Khali chops and Khali chest hits or whatever the fuck you want to call them, and after that, World's Strongest Slam, and we call it a day. So, thank God that was over. Segment that I thought was super strong as well was the Miss TV that followed it. So we're gonna have Alberto and Swagger, debate, right? Which was kind of a relief because going into this, you don't know what's happening with Swagger yet. You know, is he going to stick around? Is he going to be snuffed for somebody else? You know, what are they going to do with the character? But I think this removed all doubt that he will be at WrestleMania and he will face Alberto Del Rio. You have Zeb talking to Alberto, and this entire time, you guys, I was like, fuck, Alberto isn't saying a single fucking thing. He looks stupid. Like, he's not saying a single word, and Zeb is just going on and on and on and on. And I was pretty worried, but finally Alberto talked at one point, and he just told him to shut up, and it was really good stuff.
Pero!
Oh, it was really good too was when Zeb would call that Mr. Del Rio. He would always fucking stretch those R's.
Really good.
That was really,
That
really
shit
good.
cracked me up every time he did it.
Yep.
And he still wore his vest with the bullet hole in it, too.
Yeah, that's that ancient artifact from the fucking museum from that Vietnam War.
It was in a fucking closet at a VFW hall.
He also called out Glenn Beck. Did you guys see that video about Glenn? That third thing we actually talked about WWE.
Yeah.
Brocade they did.
Yeah.
Or Glenn's.
No, Glenn.
Glenn's. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see Glenn's. No.
You didn't see Glenn's? It's like a 13-minute video, and number one, I don't care about politics. I can't even fucking vote. Regardless, doesn't matter. Zeb, didn't hear that about me.
Yeah.
But regardless,
I was getting ready. Me and Roto kind of went.
Zeb's just gonna walk through this door. He'd be like, "Your time is up. You came here and you failed. You need to get back."
There's only one successful Del Rio story.
you know. Anywho,
It's like, dang. Apparently, he doesn't watch professional baseball.
Glenn Beck's video was pretty fucking stupid in terms of him, like, he's talking about how they're not giving him the right image to the people that he is or whatever. But it's like, who the fuck cares? It's wrestling. Like, what's going through your fucking thick skull? And then to have the audacity to say that the people that watch it are stupid. So, because I like what he's saying or the way he's giving that character out, and I like him, I'm stupid. But you're a character in yourself, so, like, you know what I mean? You're selling me a character as much as WWE's selling me a character.
Absolutely, he's an idiot.
He's a fucking complete dumbass. And Zeb calls him out right at the beginning, too. Mm-hmm. And he was like, since he wasn't, man enough to come out here or whatever, and they were going to give him 5 minutes of
uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and talk.
Yeah, you were telling me about that video you saw, too. I think it caught a glimpse of it, of, like, they were off of, like, character. It was Zeb and Swagger.
Ridiculous. I mean, they're doing their usual We the People thing, and then out of nowhere, the fucking background changes to the green screen, and they just take their, Zeb takes the glasses off and starts looking and says, my name, they give real names,
right?
Saying we're playing characters. This is like a fucking movie almost, a TV show.
Right.
It was just so odd to see.
And he made good points. He's like, we're the number one show on the USA Network. Like, unlike other shows, we don't, our stories don't revolve around rape, murder,
gun, or
drugs,
killing, or whatever.
right. So.
Right. And he's basically saying we're the,
he
antagonist for the protagonist, Alberto Del Rio, to triumph over. It was like...
And we've always known this. I mean, just growing up being wrestling fans, wrestling's not the mainstream thing. I mean, it had like a 4 or 5 year period where it was cool.
Almost everybody thought about it, yeah.
But just like everything else in, popular culture, there's a shelf life on it. Like, it doesn't last very long.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know most people think that all wrestling fans are dorks or nerds. It's whatever. It used to bother me. It really doesn't bother me anymore because I really don't give a fuck about anybody else. I really don't. So, like, and that's the cool thing about wrestling. I mean, if you run into someone who knows wrestling, you instantly, like, have a bond with them. And there's so many people that actually like wrestling that don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because of guys like this and because of, just the general consensus that we're all dorks and we're all nerds.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but when we went to the last Raw show, there were some damn babes walking around that place by themselves.
Yeah.
Not with their boyfriends, not with family.
Right. Even he said it was like 35% or 25% of viewers are female that watch the video.
In the age bracket of like 18 to 35.
Right.
Like, that is the core bracket.
Right. That upsets me more that he's stupid enough to talk about something he has no idea about.
14 million
and
people.
He fucking says it in the video. He's like, I don't know much about this, but you people are stupid. Then what the fuck are you talking about it for?
No, and then he's just like everyone else.
Yeah.
He's just like everyone else in the world. He is no special. Or he's not special at all.
Right.
He's just like the people that come into work. They're like, I'm not very computer literate. And then when I tell them, what's going on? I don't think that's correct.
That's not right with it.
I was like, well, do you know how dumb you sound right now?
Right. Exactly.
What an idiot. And it just, honestly, makes the product look better. In the mainstream view, it makes this guy look like a total asshole.
This is what saves Swagger. I think
absolutely.
firmly, if this wasn't happening, Swagger would have been put under the rug and kind of erase all memory of this new change and this new Contra theme and everything else in between, and it would have been completely different. And I want to say something real quick before we end this segment. Hats off to Michael Cole. Did you guys see the video of him going to go talk to his ass? Michael Cole goes back to his journalist days, and he was a super professional. It's like a 5-minute video of him going to their headquarters, and he's like, "Hey, I want to speak with Glenn." And the people on the reception counter is like, "Oh, well, he's filming a show right now. Whatever, he can't meet you." And then another person comes in, and he's respectfully asking to speak with him because of X and X reason. And they're like, "Oh, well, he's not here in this building. Well, this guy just told me he was here." And then they get security, which was like an 18-year-old with barely getting out of, puberty, and he's fucking telling him to leave the premises, and they look stupid. And then the owner of the manager of the building comes in, and he's like, what are you here for? And Michael Cole's being super professional, saying, look, this is what I'm here for, this is where I am, this is what I do, never screaming or insulting anything. And this guy looks like a complete fucking idiot. He's like, no, you need to call his offices in New York, blah, 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 this is my building, whatever. You have no right to be here, no right to film or anything like that. It looked really, really good. I recommend, if you haven't seen it, look it up on YouTube. He talks about it, and you can see Michael Cole, like, making phone calls. I don't know if it's to Vince or whoever the hell it is that he's talking about what's going on with it. But it's really well done and super professional on that. So hats off to him. As much shit as we talk about Michael Cole, he looked super professional doing that, that kind of like, in behind the scenes of them actually going to talk to him. Because they were in Dallas, and apparently it was like in Irving or really nearby. So really cool stuff. Take some time. We'll take a look at that. But back to the promo. We went on a rant, but I thought it was really good stuff regardless. Zeb gets really, really racist. Of course, we're expecting it. He says, you kind of leading towards it earlier, there's only one success story, and that's Alberto Del Rio. Everybody else that fails are just taking up, our opportunities, including Zack Ryder's jobs, apparently. But he's like, I'm good, because I got plenty of jobs that I'm going to be doing.
And there was something I wanted to mention, on SmackDown on Friday, there was a good promo that Wade Barrett and Swagger and Zeb cut, where he meets them in the back and he tells them, listen, I just want to tell you guys, I agree with everything you're saying. You're right. Del Rio and them are the problem with this country. And Zeb looks at him and goes, we must have some kind of misunderstanding. You don't sound like me. Where are you from? And Barrett tells him, I'm from England. He goes, well, then you're just part of the problem like Del Rio and them. So I thought that was a great way of kind of showing, okay, this guy's not a fucking racist against Mexicans.
He's just
or
a
anything.
xenophobe.
Exactly. You're not from America? I don't like you. So I thought that was great. But of course, did they mention it on Raw at all? Nah. Do people watch SmackDown as much? Nah. So it could have easily been missed, which I thought was something that was great for that character. And it was another thing that kind of, all the heat that was down on Zeb and Swagger, like, these racist fucks. But to actually go after Barrett because he's from England and doesn't sound like him, thought that was a great thing to do on the show.
Right, who's still white, but still not an American.
Exactly.
They can do the same thing with Sheamus.
Mm-hmm.
They can do really with anybody. I would think it would be tough, to take this storyline any further. Obviously, with Swagger, probably not going to outlast WrestleMania. And once WrestleMania is done, that's probably it.
Yeah.
And once this, again, because, just like we mentioned earlier, things in the popular culture, like, this story will not be a hot story for much longer. So they're milking it for all they can to get all the views and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then once it's no longer a thing talked about on CNN and all that stuff, it'll be gone just like Swagger. Swagger's going to be gone.
Right.
Unfortunately, Dutch Mantel, a.k.a. Zeb Coulter. I don't think... he'll probably have to go. I mean, what can he move on to?
Right. Yeah. I agree. But, the positive, you're making it edgier, so that's a plus.
The show's been great, honestly.
Yeah.
The show, like, today's Raw, it's probably the best one I've seen in over a year.
Wow, that long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was a really good show as well.
Oh, it was really good.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. Del Rio's rebuttal for all the racism. You people are criminals. This is not your country. You're coming here, taking up our resources, all that good stuff. Alberto finally speaks and he says, this is not my country, your country. It's our country. And he starts getting all patriotic about him being, I guess, for the people or whatnot. And then he takes off his shirt and he shows that pink. And I was like, wait a second, you can't wear pink. That's John Cena's color.
maybe a couple months ago.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Thank God it's not October.
Yeah, because you can't wear pink.
Vince is in the back. Damn it, you're wrong.
Yeah.
There was one thing I'm sure Vince was snapping at is when Del Rio called them bullies.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, you can't use that word. And he's like, one thing I hate is bullies.
And that's what you are. No, stop.
Vince, he wasn't having that at all. But nonetheless, why was Ricardo there? He barely did he even say anything?
To hold the belt?
Hold up the belt.
I did like when he held it. Yeah, that was kind of cool. That guy's getting really pale and really out of shape. Because I know he can wrestle, but man, he's looking a little bit worse and worse every time I see him. He needs to get some ring action. Maybe they'll put a tag team going on or something once Alberto drops the belt to Ziggler. We'll see.
God knows they need more help in that damn tag team division too. The way
Man,
they've been fucking butchering that.
Nosedived. Like, it was so good, and it went straight to hell. No pun intended, like Kane being there, but... Yeah. So Raw continues and it moves on, and we have also a Cesaro versus Orton match.
Yet again.
Which you haven't seen this one, right?
Yet
This is new to us, right?
Jeez.
Um,
I don't think there was anything. I'm trying to
A
remember.
very predictable RKO spot to end the match.
But it came out of nowhere. What are you talking about?
Michael Cole doesn't miss a beat with that. He
during
loves it. It's his favorite.
the match, though, I think they're gonna do a live SmackDown on Friday because there's like the
Social media SmackDown.
right, something like that. And Jerry's like, and I'm gonna be on it. He's like, it's the first time I'll be on SmackDown for years. And then Cole goes, oh, but you watch it? He's like, yeah, of course I watch it. I'm like, yeah, of course you watch
All
SmackDown.
right.
You don't fucking know any of them whatsoever. But yeah, nonetheless, predictable RKO, but that RKO sounded really good, and he sold the shit out of it. But again, Cesaro building up that storyline to WrestleMania. Fucking okay, great, thank
So
you,
pointless.
appreciate
That
it.
guy's probably the most misused person on the card.
Cesaro.
No offense to The Miz. And aside from Ziggler, where at least Ziggler's somewhat main event,
Yeah.
but Cesaro? Are you kidding me? It's another guy that doesn't even... I get it, he's relatively new, but I mean, this guy is just light years beyond, a lot of people. And, like, he's got main event heel written all over him. And,
Yeah.
man, what are we lacking on Raw?
What? It's Cesaro and Barrett. Look at those two. Who do they continuously fucking job to? Sheamus and Orton. It's like...
Orton's literally
Or
collecting a
right back.
paycheck. That's all Orton is. Because, I mean, he's valuable enough to where, like, he's popular, and, we always talk about how he sells merchandise. I mean, every
Females
time
love him.
Females love him, and
The Scals loves him.
the Scals loves him, probably more than the females.
Yeah, he screams louder than them all the time we go.
He marks out hard. When I showed up to Raw, when we were going to Raw, when I was wearing that Orton shirt, he was like, "Huh, that's so nice," and I was like,
Is that why you
Whoa.
kept doing the pose?
"Yeah, oh
I
yeah."
kept asking you. That was kind of weird.
That's a little odd.
It is what it is, though.
You
Right?
let me hold the belt though.
Yeah, he did.
God, I love that belt.
It's a nice fucking belt. By the way, the Scowl says he's putting down as soon as that tax money comes in. That new belt's his. He said he's all over it.
He likes it.
I like it too. I'm not willing to throw down on $500, but it's good. Once I get my Cena plates on it with the finger and the O.
The three fingers?
No, I'll get it when I get the Punk plates. I think I might bite that because that's gonna fucking look amazing with the arm and the Thunderbolt.
If he ever wins it,
Give him some time.
what, a
Give him some
year?
time. Give him 8 months. You heard it first. 8 months.
No way.
Did you see the Primetime Players are back? I thought Black Cena was hurt.
Black Cena,
Supposedly he was. I thought he was out for a couple more months too, but I guess
Black
not.
Cena got jobbed. They didn't let. Notice how they didn't let Titus O'Neil get pinned.
Yeah.
They tagged Darren Young in just to get pinned, just to get chokeslammed.
Right.
Titus O'Neil is fucking huge.
Yeah.
I don't think Kane can pick him up. Can't do that spot to him.
We learned earlier in the night, I believe, they were talking this is where they were talking to Vicky, right? And they were saying they're gonna face the Primetime Players. Like, oh, I can beat him with one hand behind my back, and then I can beat him blindfolded. So then Vicky comes out, is gonna make it official, but it comes out with that Brad Maddox, which I know.
I am digging
Dick's a
Brad
fan,
Maddox. Right or strong from Boy Meets World.
Is that one
I'm
of
digging
Dick's
him.
pick?
Is that a Dick's pick?
I think that
Brad
is.
Maddox is a Dick pick.
I like it.
I dig
Kinda.
Maddox a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was some pretty funny stuff. He was kind of putting in those one-liners and kind of getting in there.
Trying to get like the final say on everything. It was nice.
Yeah, it was some pretty funny stuff. That was kind of the only time that Vicky was on the show, when I think about
That
it.
was it. I think.
Thank God.
Oh,
Jinx!
So yeah, we hear about later tonight we're going to have Team Hell No versus Primetime Players, because apparently they're back. This is really painful to me. Watching Wade Barrett get thrown down under by Sheamus. Why are you so jealous that Wade Barrett gets a movie? Why is gotta be so jealous about it, bro?
I don't know. Who would be jealous of that?
I know. I giggled at Sheamus and Barrett down under. It was like Irish, English, and then you use an Australian joke. I just thought that was pretty good. Good job on that one.
Did I?
You did.
Yeah, I liked it.
Oh, I didn't even fucking, I missed it.
Nah,
It's so multicultural.
Yeah, I try to be.
Mr. Del Rio. Oh,
Damn
no. Nah, he's hating. I'm gonna say it. He's a fucking hater. He's over here just bad mouthing this guy 2 weeks in a row. Plus on SmackDown he was bad mouthing him. Just saying he's not a star, that's not your movie. Alright, Sheamus, calm the fuck down. It ain't that serious. What
do people cheer Sheamus or
I
boo
don't
Sheamus?
think they're cheering.
I
I think
people
there's just
even
nothing.
view it anymore. Like
I think
there's
there's just silence.
He has.
There's
man.
silence.
He needs to go heel. Bad.
Yeah.
He's just such a goofy face.
Yeah.
He is. It's awful.
Oh, speaking of goofy face though, but then he goes and fucking tells Barrett he's got a messed up nose and an ugly nose, and I'm like, way to be a star there.
So
Way
much
to
for
be a
being a
star.
star.
You're what? The number 2 face? Kind of close to being 3 if they want to keep pushing Ryback.
Yeah.
And then you're over here talking shit about someone's face and you're not a good movie star. You
I
got
did
good
like
looks.
the
Like, come
I did
on.
like the clip he used though. He was like fucking not even in focus. He's
Right.
like 2 blocks down. Oh, that's Barrett. There he is.
But it just came out of nowhere. It makes no sense. And now, okay, so what? This is looking towards another Barrett and Sheamus feud going on. That for Mania? How many times have we seen that shit this year?
Worst part is Sheamus will fucking win,
Sheamus is gonna
and
win.
then he'll never lose that
Exactly.
fucking belt.
You look at
He'll be IC champ for like a year.
Yeah.
well when Miz had the belt, all he would ever do was seem to be just fucking jobbing to people.
Yep.
Every non-title match he
Yep.
lost. Barrett, it seems like every non-title match he's losing. You really think they're gonna make Sheamus lose non-title match? Nah, he's gonna win everything. Non-stop. They'll give him Fandango and fucking Ryder to wrestle and he'll beat them.
More likely.
I guess that's Barrett's
What
I
a waste
see.
too, because that fucking belt is
It
sexy.
is a waste because
Fucking belt
Barrett
is
and Bo
amazing.
Dallas had a good feud going on, and it is a waste.
Fucking Bo
Sorry.
Dallas.
Yes. Notice how he went away finally. Like,
He's trying so hard though on Twitter. Like LCW
He is.
retweeting shit. I was like, don't try to push the guy. Nobody fucking listens to him.
No one cares.
Dude, who's got that WWE account? Because they'll retweet shit that is like making fun of the WWE, like talking shit, like some of Ryder's tweets about being a jobber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Retweet. I'm like, damn, I don't know if you should be doing
Yeah,
that.
I don't think they fucking read him. They just use the hashtag.
Right, Vince.
Nah, Vince
fucking
cool.
hates Twitter.
Vince doesn't know. If they were touting it, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, fucking tout. Remember we were saying, thank God it's gone, and then this Raw was tout Raw. It was everywhere.
Tout, bro.
Fucking Triple H had 3 touts and...
Wait, yeah, it went tank and it's touting too. So.
Got that duck butter. Fucking jeans will never smell the same again.
Oh, can't wear those motherfuckers.
So
anymore.
bad.
Good God.
Well, all right. Well, after Sheamus badmouthed Barrett yet again, which I know myself and Lucifer were very upset about.
Fuck that shit.
We love Barrett.
Imagine Barrett facing Cesaro. How good would that match be? Fucking amazing. I mean, you can't... I mean, I don't know how they're going to do. They're both really... Like,
Unify the
hard
belt.
heels.
There you go.
That'd be a fucking awesome match.
Or just drop the U.S. title.
Yeah.
Because I don't ever want to see the IC belt go.
Yeah, belt.
No way.
What are they going to call it, too? The mid-card belts? Call it what it is?
They might as well. Doesn't
The
fucking-
stepping stone. Not even
Not,
anymore.
not anymore.
Not
It
even,
doesn't
yeah.
do anything for you.
They should make that one out of a fucking
Fucking-
penny, too. 'Cause it's like the tag team belt.
Oh.
That's why they made it out of pennies. 'Cause no one fucking keeps
Is it
pennies.
worth anything?
Mm.
If someone gives you, if you give someone $5 for a $4.99 purchase, and they go to give you your penny, you look
They
at
got.
them like, don't give me that motherfucker. I
I
don't
don't
carry
keep-
that around.
Yeah.
Keep
That's
it.
how superstars treat the goddamn tag team championships.
Yeah.
Don't give me that. Now I just gotta carry this around.
That's what
I want
Kofi's
this.
thinking right now.
Yeah.
Because he got shit. And they're like, you know what? Tag team needs some help. R-Truth, Kofi will put you back together.
Archer, he's back, and he had a match with Cody.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Which,
I
fuck.
I don't waste the Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. I think we're gonna say that every week now. That should be the fucking.
That's another guy that's a main event heel. Maybe not on Raw, but on SmackDown. He's got main event talent.
Yeah, but then fucking Zeb took all his thunder, bro. We talked about it before. Zeb took it all. That fucking
Oh
mustache.
yeah, mustache has gotta go now.
Yeah, now he got nothing. And he had a t-shirt. He's like, what the fuck? Now you gotta burn all of them.
Again, I think. Am I like the only one out of us 3 that actually watches SmackDown? Probably.
I'll watch it when I can.
Religious.
I'll watch the clips,
I
but
got a real douchey supervisor that schedules me on Friday nights.
Oh damn! What
Damn.
a prick.
like if you're gonna, oh, I forgot, he watches sci-fi all the time. So
Yeah, he does watch
of course,
sci-fi, but
that's his,
not SmackDown.
that's his
I told
fucking
you.
channel
No.
of choice.
But
Wait,
on
I'm
there,
gonna pick up a dirty 30 and I'm like, sci-fi night, baby.
Haven.
Oh God.
No. But well, on there it was teased. I don't know if you know this, but Caitlyn and Cody might have a little love connection.
Oh yeah, on SmackDown,
Yeah, on
right? 'Cause
SmackDown.
She digs the
She loves
mustaches.
the mustache.
Just wants a mustache ride.
No, you know what? You know what Cody called it though?
The
He said-
broom.
he called it nice. He calls it a love stash. Is what he told
Stash.
Caitlyn. He's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I can see a face turn coming soon for him because he got something else going for him. It might as fucking well. I don't know know what they're gonna do with him.
Yeah, but
I remember reading, like, you know, months in the past about how he was gonna be a main eventer. They were really gonna start pushing him to be running for the world heavyweight, but that ain't shit ain't gonna happen. Not anytime soon, anyways. But let's not even talk about that R-Truth fucking Cody Rhodes match, because
I don't know. Sandow was
on
pretty
commentary. I don't know. Michael Cole was trying to like entice me the entire time, and Sandow just was like, whatever.
The only good thing was, I think Sandow said what Cody said before. He's a grown man. He can grow a mustache if he wants, and that's like the only funny thing I got from that.
And we've heard it already.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So
Enough is enough. The blindfolded match is pretty cool. D-Bry, Team Hell No, basically goes into it, and of course D-Bry starts it blindfolded, and the primetime players are going to confuse him with sound. I thought that was kind of cool, fucking whistles and shit, you know, kind of figure out where he's at. And my favorite part of this match, and I know you guys are like hating me right now for liking these gimmick, cheesy ass matches, but when he grabs the ref's fucking arm and starts putting him in the no-wire, I chuckled pretty hard. And then, and he checks like the emblem on his chest, like, oh, okay, and then he apologized. That was fucking awesome. I like that a lot. I thought that was really cool.
I don't dig it because it goes back to what you were saying about the tag belts being fucking useless. This is the second time in a couple shows that they just completely demolished a fucking tag team. On main event, Big Show beat both Usos at the same time. KO, done. Now you got fucking primetime players losing against a guy who's blindfolded and then with one arm. It's like, what the fuck are you doing to these teams? There are no teams anymore.
Primetime players are working hard to keep up them bedazzled trunks. They gotta make them every other week. It's hard shit, man.
And Titus is so good, too.
Yeah.
Titus is really good. And then
they're gonna cut him from Black Cena anytime, like, soon.
Like, we don't even call him Darren Young or whatever the fuck his name is.
No days
I
off.
hesitated. What's his name?
No Days Off, isn't it?
Yeah. He needs no days off. He's
I
the
took-
most
I took it.
underpaid one out of all of them.
I took that nickname anyway. He's got fucking plenty of days off. He don't do shit.
Plenty of TV days off for damn
no
sure.
shit.
That's for sure.
Jeez.
Regardless, Kane's one-handed, and he's gonna beat him. They lose. D-Bry's blindfolded. Some good chuckles of him fucking tripping over the ropes and shit. And of course they win, and they again make, like you said, another tag team look pretty damn weak. Anybody wish the Shield was gonna wrestle again? I was really hoping to see them again.
Yeah, I'm honestly, and I know this is already quick. I'm ready for him to go on to some single stuff.
Already?
They're so good, dude. Well, I mean, what's the point of him being in a tag team when like tag team wrestling in the WWE is pointless?
What happens if they do some like evolution shit where like, you know, one runs for the major title, the other two run for the tag team? Or
That's fine. Someone will be
something.
single wrestling.
Yeah.
Or if they do a tag team title, do that, what was it, the Freebird rule? Where there's 3 of them, but they all get to interchange the belt. The Spirit Squad did that shit, you know, years ago. Where
Oh yeah, the Spirit.
there was,
Squad
5 of
was a tag
them?
team.
But
Yeah.
they would alternate whoever was going to be wrestling in
I
each
can't
match.
believe Ziggler was in the fucking
Yeah.
Spirit Squad.
Yeah.
How far has that dude come?
Yeah. Leaps and bounds.
Start from the bottom, man.
I hate that song.
I fucking hate Drake's passion, so...
It's so miserable. He's such a pussy.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm sick of. Like, Triple H is like, I'm going to put some stock into the tag team division. So when they put, a couple of stars in there, I'm like, oh shit, they're really going to do it. And now, I mean, half the time they don't even defend the belts. Half the time they're fighting against each other, which is cool if they're going to end up doing something with that. Which they probably won't even do it.
Yeah.
They'll build it up and it just won't happen. I'm just like, it takes me back to the Punk promo where he's like, you've got a true grappler acting like a clown on TV so he can sell some T-shirts, talking about Daniel Bryan, and it's the truth, man.
Yeah.
You go back and watch some shit before Daniel Bryan was in this. Watch some of the Daniel Bryan Punk matches at Over the Limit.
Yeah.
That match at Over the Limit. He's just like, it's just fucking awesome matches. Think about him and Ziggler having a feud in a year for the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Sometime this year. Him and Ziggler go on 3 or 4 pay-per-views. I wouldn't get tired of that. They could wrestle 12 straight pay-per-views, and I'm not even exaggerating. But I probably wouldn't get tired of that shit.
I bet you every match would be different.
Totally different. You could throw in gimmicks with them. Both of them could put on a ladder match. They could do a TLC. They could do a Hell in a Cell. They can do a cage match. They can do all the gimmick matches. But, and yet we've got them, singing and dancing for the most part.
Yeah.
He's a talented Brodus Clay. Right now in his career, that's what he is.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? The blindfold? So stupid. I was so pissed.
I liked it.
I know you liked it.
I chuckled.
And as I'm watching it, I was like,
Fucking-
Lucifer's probably fucking loving this.
I was waiting for Tensai. I was like, where's my Tensai sighting? Whenever I can't watch Raw, that's all I'm texting Dick. Is like, has there been a Tensai sighting yet? I gotta be on the...
At the local Waffle House. That fucking Raw. His big old fat ass.
But you're kind of alluding to the point that the Shield is getting nothing done by trying to be this, tag team.
This is the thing, like, I get it, it's like them against the WWE. Well, I mean, that's kind of been done before with the Nexus, but they're more talented, they're a little bit more refined, they're better on the mic. But in the end all be all, it's like, it's going to break up.
Yeah.
And before it breaks up, it's going to completely run out of steam. They'll drag it out longer than it needs to go.
I gotcha. Yeah, I agree. Out of this, you get Sheamus calling them out, getting a distraction, gets two to come out, and I think they leave, was it Seth Rollins?
Rollins, yeah.
Yeah, they leave Rollins in the ring, and then he gets an RKO from out of nowhere, of course. And that's...
But it was good, though. That one looked good.
Yeah.
It wasn't as predictable as the goddamn the Cesaro one. I was like, oh, I bet he gets RKO'd here. And Michael Cole's completely surprised. Oh my god, from out of nowhere.
Yup, every time. If you were watching on the app or whatever, you heard or you seen that after Miz TV, he got attacked by Swagger. So what's going to happen? A Swagger versus Miz squash.
Wonder who's going to win that one.
Yeah. I don't even want to get into it. Regardless, Swagger beats the other person. So he's still going to go WrestleMania.
Are they calling it the Patriot Lock now? I could have sworn the first
they
couple
dropped
days
the Patriot Act.
Which was so much better.
It was
good.
Because the best names for finishers have nothing to do with an actual move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Go to Sleep, that's awesome because it has nothing to do. It doesn't have hold in it. It doesn't have drop in it. It doesn't have slam in it.
Yeah.
Really good. Like Stone Cold Stunner.
Stunner, yeah.
Yeah. Sweet chin music.
That's like going up to a random and say, hey, if I were to say I'm gonna do a Stone Cold Stunner to you, what do you think I'm gonna do? You know what I mean? Exactly like that. So I agree, 100%. I don't know why they fucking are calling it the lock now, the Patriot.
Whatever. He'll be gone in a while anyway, so it doesn't matter. We can call it whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
He'll be gone.
And the best thing out of that match for me was Miz was wearing his new trunks. That's about it.
And
Those trunks are so nice.
DDPing it up with the damn bandages. Thank God.
I think he healed finally.
Yeah.
He's healed up.
It took so long. Let's get to the good stuff, man. This main event was top notch.
Match of the year.
CM Punk says it, and whenever they ask him, who do you think is any person that can wrestle with you, he always says Cena. And god damn, was this match good? This is a main event. Like, I went to work today and I asked Black Magic. I said, "Hey, did you watch Raw?" He's like, "Yeah, I watched the last match. It was really good." I was like, a person that doesn't even watch it, and he can tell me that it's really good.
Watches it primarily for us.
Right. So, yeah, exactly.
God bless his soul.
Yeah. That alone tells you that this was a phenomenal one.
So good, dude.
I was on the edge of my seat. I haven't been this excited for a match since I saw the Ziggler scene.
And I knew it was going to be good. I was telling, I forget who I was telling. I think it was the Scals. I was like, dude, I'm hyped for Raw. And he's like, why? I'm like, that match between Cena and Punk is going to be awesome. Because unless something out of nowhere, RKO style happened, where I knew it was going to be Punk's last match on the main event status for a while.
Yeah.
And it went out with a bang.
He
Fucking lasted
delivered.
like a half hour.
Yeah.
It was
really good.
It was such a good match. In all honesty, you think about it, them two have awesome matches. It's like when people go back at it and we look back and we're like, man, something about Rock and Stone Cold. They might not have been the best two wrestlers, but they just had chemistry.
Yeah.
And just shit got done.
Right.
This is the same thing. We'll look back and be like, man, Punk Cena might not be the best wrestler technically, but man, there's something about when he wrestles CM Punk compared to when everyone else wrestles him, it is just fucking awesome.
Some amazing fucking spots, dude. That he was gonna go for the 5-knuckle shuffle, the 5-knuckle shuffle 8,000 times, and he missed the first 4, which was freaking awesome. He missed completely, got thrown out, and then a suicide.
He went for the second
shoulder check,
and
it was
just
so awesome.
Oh
Yeah.
man!
I was like, damn, I've never thought of that.
And then
I've never seen that spot.
and Punk's looking out with that smile, Punk's
yeah.
I got you. It was so good.
And we've had this conversation before, Roto, where it's when fucking Cena faces Punk, like he's trying, like you can see it that he's almost a different person.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows because Punk's that type of person for him that he's like, all right, I gotta bring my fucking A game.
And he's gonna carry me. He's gonna dictate the entire match, pretty much.
And that's like, and it kind of reminds me, not to be such an HBK mark, but I was watching like a Stone Cold documentary, and he was like talking about wrestling Shawn Michaels, and he's like, Shawn Michaels is one of those guys where you better drink a couple extra cups of coffee and bring your A game, because if not, you're gonna get left in the dust. Yeah. I feel like it's the same thing with Cena. Cena's such a competitor. He knows he's not technically the best, but when he wrestles a guy like Punk, he knows that if he doesn't bring it, he's going to look bad.
Yeah.
And every time he wrestles the guy, they have awesome chemistry. Two totally different personalities, clearly not friends in real life, but just put on
anytime you hear him kind of off the record, though, he never really throws Cena under the bus either.
No, even in the pipe bomb, he said, I like you. He said, I like you a hell of a lot more than I like anybody else in the back.
Yeah.
True.
It's true. Isn't it sad that these two guys can put a fucking hell of a match and it's a fucking Monday Night Raw, but when I look at, WrestleMania and I see Cena versus Rock, I'm like, well, that's going to be a shitty match. What are they going to do differently? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the first match, maybe I'm wrong, now that The Rock seems to be in better condition to actually hold more than a 5-minute match, a better pacing of it. But man, it's going to be hard to top that.
Yeah, it's hard to top a Raw.
Yeah. The problem is with the two type of guys that Rock and Cena are, there's going to be a lot of punches and a lot of kicks and a lot of sleeper holds.
Yeah.
Really all it's going to be. I mean, the first one, excessively with the sleeper holds just for pacing purposes, because clearly Rock could not hang. The dude was just it's like someone dumped 20 gallons of water on him in the middle of that match. He was sweating so bad, breathing out of his mouth like...
How many times did he spit in that match? Like 4 fucking times.
I mean, he was totally out of shape.
There were some super awesome, counter versus counter, really good, spots. Specifically, they did another 5-knuckle shuffle that he counters into an Anaconda Vice that looks super clean, super, smooth.
It says Cena's, leaning over him doing the "you can't see me" and grabs his freaking arm and gets
no hesitation.
Oh, man.
Super smooth. How many times we gotta say you want it to look real? I mean, we know it's not real, but regardless, you want it to be as close as possible. Get that Anaconda Vice in.
Believable at that.
Yes.
Too,
to then Cena getting a solid pin that looks also really smooth, and then to go into his linking neck breaker that he does, super smooth, awesome transitions from move to move. I was like, man, this has just started, and I already seen some great counter and transition moves. They look fucking phenomenal.
And the crowd was fucking into it.
Yeah.
I mean, they started with the "Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks" chants early, but it got to the point where everyone was just watching. They weren't even, no boos. I think it was Roto.
No, yeah, by the end of the match, when he won, that place blew up.
I think it was more like, oh, wow, you just earned our fucking respect tonight.
And I was just going to say that, going into WrestleMania, who better than to really think about it, Cena got put over.
Yeah.
CM Punk put Cena over. It's gotten to that point where Cena got put over again to be like, okay, this guy can put on a good match. Right. They had to put it in people's minds that, hey, WrestleMania might not actually be that bad.
Right.
Who better than to have the two guys at WrestleMania wrestle than CM Punk?
Right.
Make you believe at least that it'll be a good match, which I personally don't believe it'll be even close to what we saw, or even CM Punk and Rock. I don't think it'll be close to those, and those were good matches if you go back and watch them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in all honesty, by this time next year we won't see a better live TV match.
Yeah.
Might not on pay-per-view, but not on a Raw.
I agree. I think, back in my head, I was like, why can't it be fucking March 11th? And why can't I be watching this live?
I would have been marking out. I honestly would have cheered. You know what? I would have cheered for Cena.
I would have clapped at the end.
Oh, absolutely. Because it was such a fucking... It was such... Dude, that powerbomb, he needs to hang on to that, because that looked good.
I thought he was actually going to win with that powerbomb, because I was watching the match. I wasn't paying attention to any time, any type of how much is left. I saw that powerbomb happen and thought, that's fucking it. And he's going to use that.
And think about that. Big ass can do that to just about anybody.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, it's not as universal as the AA is for him, because the AA is a lot like from a weightlifting standpoint, it's just like squatting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much motion. You can get some help.
How much you tell me he can squat? 5,000? What ridiculous number you told me?
No, I mean 500, but I mean And that's
compared to
like
me, that's
working
like
out
5,000 to my like 50.
with. Dude, in all honesty, I mean, I work out frequently, as you both know.
We've watched. We didn't do anything, but we've watched.
That is an enormous amount of weight.
Yeah.
And like, if you watch him work out, like he doesn't just do it once. I mean, he could do like a set of like 6 or 8 of them. There's a fucking lot of weight, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, he's a strong dude. So that's why I kind of understand why he can look so dorky and uncoordinated out there, because these big guys like that, like, aren't as smooth. But man, that sit-out powerbomb, that looked on point.
Yeah.
I really liked it. Like, when I was watching, I was like, oh shit, that looked good.
Yeah. Batista like fell off of a chair. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Batista's never looked that good.
No.
Because Batista would always be falling backwards
Yeah,
with his big ass.
and he'd roll over and try to get back on top.
He's another dude that's just like, whew. He shrunk down though. Not to get off topic, but
Yeah.
for his MMA thing, he shrunk down. If he came back like that and wrestled, he'd probably be a lot better wrestler.
Yeah. There's so many fucking good combinations in this. At one point, there was an STF to an Anaconda Vice, to then another STF.
Not an STF.
To a fucking
crippler.
crossface.
The last thing was a crippler, right?
To which he called it a fucking
An
STF,
STF.
but I'm like, that's a fucking crossface.
Yeah.
And Vince was like, oh no. Mother of God. Who can I yell at here?
Right.
This is Cena's fault.
Yeah. We also had Cena brought back move number 8 or 7. I can't recall which one is on the list. But he did the famouser from the top rope. And I was like, well, you can't do that because you injure people, apparently, because Rock got hurt from it or whatever. That fucking famouser was
He got so much
good.
air, so much
Yeah.
distance.
It was a good solid 2 seconds, and CM Punk sold the shit out of it. It looked so damn
Rock
good.
didn't know how to take it. How the fuck do you tear your quad from that? And this is how on steroids Rock is. He fucking finished the match. Like, a torn quad's not like he pulled it.
Yeah.
Fucking tore this shit. Shouldn't be able to move.
Yeah.
But, The Rock is, bionically sewn together. The goddamn cyborg.
Yep. The spot of the match, though, that fucking Paul driver.
Woo!
Mm.
Here's what I saw. I saw him pick him up, and I said, oh, shit. Tombstone to Undertaker. He's going to be back. Oh, by the way, we forgot to mention, prior to this, they showed The Undertaker being at a house show. They talked about it, which immediately said, well, he's not going to be on Raw. That's for sure, if they're already talking about him. I love how they showed it, though, via tout. Why wasn't it a fucking tout? It was a YouTube video fucking imposed on top of a tout. Fucking Vince, like, I put 5 million or billion or whatever it was. I gotta start getting something out of this.
He's like, no, we touted this. It was supposed to be 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And the video was like 30.
Yeah.
It's like, Vince, you don't even know your own rules.
Yeah.
You bastard.
But this fucking Paul driver, I was not expecting at all. And Dick, you said this in the dark match. Who the fuck's gonna Paul driver John Cena?
That's what I think.
Like, who is Vince gonna be like, yeah, you can do that, or yeah, that's a good spot, or whoever's booking the
One
match.
dude.
If they're ever gonna, it was almost, I would expect Cena to pile drive someone. Because we trust you, John. Not pile drive Cena on
Right.
his neck.
Right.
I mean, you saw
As
that.
you're
He's had
going
surgery
into-
on his neck.
As you're going into WrestleMania,
Yeah.
it's not like you're going into Over the Limit or whatever. You're fucking going to WrestleMania, and Michael Cole was like, "What the fuck? Like, what is?"
They were shocked. They were
I don't
like,
think they knew that spot. There's no
At
way
all.
they knew that spot. Honestly, they probably didn't know backstage. I bet Cena and fucking Punk were
Yeah.
like, hey, we're going to do a fucking pile driver.
Yeah.
We're going to really get the crowd hyped.
Yeah, this is.
Because when that happened, that place lit up.
I stood up. I was like, "Holy
Because
shit!"
that is like the move, man. If there's a move that I miss more than anything, it's got to be a pile driver.
that's
That is
fucking
just like,
a Bret the Hitman Hart classic right there, man.
and even like
Oh.
Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Mick
pull-
Foley always
pull
had,
one.
the when you pull the belt and
Yeah.
do the pile driver and kind of like sit and do it.
Mhm.
But like, I understand why it's outlawed because it is a dangerous move.
Right.
But at the same time, like, you think that Punk could pull it off, but then you're like, man, who was another technician? Who was the technician that fucked it up? It was Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Like, granted, it was a totally different spot. It was a really weird spot.
Yeah, it was a tombstone.
It was
type.
like-
He
it was
holding
a
it like
reversal.
over.
Yeah,
he
and
was
they
holding it like a
reversed it.
tombstone, and then he like sat down.
Right.
Oof.
Yeah.
But like, damn, when I seen it,
I love how Jerry was speechless. Jerry didn't say a single thing. It took him a good 5-6 seconds, and he like screams out "Paul driver" at the highest pitch. Like my ears ringing. I was like, "Paul driver!" I was like, "Whoa, fuck!" He like that's his
pumped.
move.
He's like, that's
so
my baby.
he was like, "Wow, I can't believe they fucking did it." So that was solid, and I thought wow, is this going to be a pin? Like, is he done with this? Like,
Right, if they would have finished the match on that shit would have been nuts.
Yeah, like...
And think about it, it used to be such a basic move. When you played wrestling video games like No Mercy on N64, fucking everybody had a pile driver.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go to the finish. And, alright, I was expecting jump from the top rope for like an elbow, catch you into an AA, call it over. That was the spot I was calling the entire time. Because I didn't see him catch him at all in any of these fucking matches. And what do we fucking get? We get TLC fucking...
Cena can't Rana?
Yeah.
Cena can't Rana.
Yeah. Did not expect that at all. And we, in the dark match, like, replayed it like 8,000 times to verify, you know, who... Because it didn't look good. But it didn't look awful either.
You give him credit because you're like, okay, it could be worse. You know, he could be pinning him off and 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yeah.
Or having him tap out to the STF, which I'm so sick of seeing people get put in that move.
Yeah.
But it's neither here nor there. But yeah, it looked bad, and I kept watching it, and we were watching it, and we were like, whose fault is this? Because immediately, who do you want to blame it on? You want to blame it on John Cena.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, Cena fucked it up. In all honesty, I think it was 50-50, man.
Yeah, it was pretty even. Yeah.
I mean, Cena's not athletic enough, I don't think, to pull it off to make it look really, really smooth. Obviously, you're not going to get a Rey Mysterio type thing, just because Cena's so big.
Yeah.
I don't think his
But
body
he
type.
jumped high as fuck for
Dude,
that.
he got up there. I mean, CM Punk's every bit of 6 foot.
Yeah.
He got right up to his shoulders with no problem.
Yeah. Scott Steiner's like, that was a Frankensteiner, by the way. Yeah.
Frankensteiner.
God, so good. I love that fucking Frankenstein.
Fuck that guy. He's so fucking dumb.
Big Papa Pump, dude.
Fucking idiot. Anyways, afterwards we go into an AA, and I was like, is this the end? And like the clock was like 10:15, so like it has to be.
Right.
And sure enough, he finished with the AA. But Dick, you said it best. There was barely any booze in that building.
Oh.
They were fucking into that match, and deservedly so, because that match was phenomenal.
I think part of it had to do with the fact that no one honestly thought that Cena was going to lose. At that point in the match, there was no interference.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading online that people had seen someone get under the mat. In between segments before that match. Someone tweeted, I think it was like a Wrestling Source or like a PWI or something like that, said, fans reported that someone got under the mat. I don't know who. You know, they didn't say who.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, if anyone was going to interfere, I thought it would be The Undertaker. It would have been the only thing that made sense. But once they got to the point where they knew that no one was going to interfere and someone was going to win clean, they knew Cena was going to win clean. So I don't think it was like booze and like disapproval, because I mean, you kind of coped with yourself. You knew it was going to happen. But yeah, it was fucking solid.
Yeah. It was worth.
I'm not going to go get a T-shirt, but it was
No,
fucking solid.
They're on clearance though.
Was he coming out with a new one already?
Probably. I already told Dick that comes WrestleMania they have a new fucking color. I'm gonna go with yellow. I haven't seen yellow.
He used to have some cool ass T-shirts, dude. He had this one where it was like an 8-bit wrestler,
Yeah.
but when he was doing the 5-knuckle shuffle pose,
Yeah.
that was sweet. The one that I had was the one where it had the old school WWF logo,
That's clearance too.
and it had the belt, the spinner belt around his waist, and like it pointed
Word
down
life?
and said that the champ is here. Yeah, it was when he was word
The
life.
one I actually dig of his is the all black with like the fucking chain. The chain.
The chain gang
Also lower respect because it's not overly fucking colorful.
Yeah, that's the one he wore for when he came back in the Rumble.
From the
Looks like a wrestling
Yeah.
T-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now his shit looks like something you would get at Kmart. Like if you
That's
like if you
exactly
told your
it.
mom when you were a kid, you're like, I want wrestling T-shirts. She came home with like a kid's T-shirt from Kmart.
With everybody's
That might have been one of Mary's first super kicks. Coming home from one of those goofy ass Kmart T-shirts. Like,
Can we get through a show without getting on Mary?
what the hell is this? She's a saint, though. I do love her. Just for the record, I love my mom. I'm a total mama's boy. I don't call her Mary. I'm disrespectful. It's all for show. This is my Zeb. I'm breaking down. I'm right now.
Yeah, turn off the green
Yeah,
screen right now.
exactly. I love my mom to death. I do not abuse her physically. Verbally, it's free. It's all there though.
It's fair game.
Fucking let her have it.
Alright. Anything else
Back
you
in
guys...
character?
Back in
Back in
character,
back in the
okay.
rotone? You're back in?
By the way, Mary, by the time I get home, there's gonna be a goddamn sandwich on the table. I'm fucking starving. packed my lunch today. Only gave me one PB&J. I specifically asked for 2. I was like, Mom, I'm trying to bulk up for beach season. I was like, what am I going to do with this? 1 PB&J? Like, what are we, poor? Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. Can you end the segment for me? Because I don't think I can.
Jeez. With that, we're going to take a break. We'll be back. We'll talk. And God knows what. We'll figure out some life on the mid-card. Be right back.
Alright, and welcome back to episode number 6 of Life on the Mid-Card. And since we have a lot of ramblings going on about The Undertaker, I figured it'd be really good to talk about what's going on. And after hearing that man's theme, I was looking through, the collection and whatnot. That's his 27th theme. Or some fucking ridiculous number like that. That's, ridiculous.
It can't be altered too much, though. Like, that Graveyard Symphony has to be, the majority of them. I mean, there was, the Limp Bizkit one, there was the Kid Rock one, then there was the Ministry one, but...
And the corporate Ministry one, too. But that Ministry one, I think that's my favorite one to actually just listen to.
Yeah.
That was the Attitude Era one, too.
Yes.
So good.
So good.
Amazing theme for that
Drive with that song on, you're going to fucking go 90. Down Indianapolis Boulevard.
I like it. Yeah, absolutely. Great theme for him. Fits him perfectly. And of course, it fits the entrance. Best entrance of all time.
Best entrance of all time. Not even...
Especially the newest one with, the rain and the thunder sound effects behind it. And then he, when he takes off the hat and the thunder hits.
In the big matches where, the minions come out with the torches and stuff.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Fog. How they get the fog to,
Yep.
cover up, pretty much the whole ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so badass. That's the one where, I've never got to see that entrance live, and I've always wanted to, and I hope when we go to Raw, that'd be so sweet if he made an appearance. I would fucking mark out so hard.
I got the opportunity to see him come out live, which was fucking awesome. It was the first live event I've ever been to. It was a show before, the last Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania, not this year, but the year prior to that. And he was there because it was the Taker, Triple H match, whatever. It was fucking phenomenal. So good. Really, really good stuff. But Taker is the cornerstone of the company. I mean, we can talk about it all day about how good he is. And there's just so much going on right now about him coming back or not coming back. And we've all seen the pictures and we talked about it. He doesn't look too hot. I'm not sure if
No,
he
even
can,
at the house show.
Yeah.
He looked bad.
Yeah. I think you kind of alluded to this, Rotoad, is that house show kind of was testing the waters a little bit, Kind of seeing what the hell's going on. Can I do this? Can I not do this? And then we're reading online that the man has had, surgery on both the upper body and the lower body, so he can't work out either of them. So he's not, conditioned to go to a full-length match. And let's face it, he's had fucking amazing matches. He's had the last 4 matches he's had have been top, almost the reason to watch the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
The reason
best
to watch
matches
the
on
show.
WrestleMania. The Triple H one last year, a lot of people didn't like it for some reason, but man, it was just so fucking good. And you got to think about how old the dude is. He took 40-something chair shots.
Yeah.
How purple his back was at the end of it, that shit.
Unreal.
Oh, man.
Yeah. My favorite, really quick, my favorite part of that match is when Shawn, gets on the turnbuckle and he's like, I can't believe what's happening. And he's like, he looks legitimately in shock. Like, what the
after
fuck?
he super kicks him
Yeah.
and he kicks out?
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah, and then he's like, fuck, what did I do?
yeah. And
That-
immediately I was like, no way he's gonna fucking end the streak. I was like, livid.
And what was Triple H yelling at him? You better end this or I'll end it for you. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my
Dude, it was getting serious. It was almost as good as, hey punk, how's your sister? Almost that good of a line. I was like, shit.
The facial expression on Jericho's face is
Yeah.
so good.
Damn, we missed him too on this Raw. But let's not get on a Jericho
Fozzy,
rant.
baby. Fozzy.
He had that robot thing.
The
Oh, that's what it
real
was?
steel.
Yeah.
rock
Well, you would know
and
since
rock
you watch
robot.
sci-fi.
Yeah, absolutely. Airs tomorrow. No, it's actually tonight. There's at 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh, so I know what your DVR is doing right now.
Absolutely.
You know, Jerry, he loves watching robots fight all the time. He said.
Yeah, he said he loves watching Robot
I
Wars.
probably like it a little bit less now.
Fucking shit isn't even on
Yeah,
yet.
he's like,
likes
oh,
it.
I love Robot Wars. Motherfucker, it's not on.
When they were showing the Miz trailer for Marine 3, and he's like, look at all this action packed. He's fighting, you can call him, on, his opponent. Yeah, he's fighting his opponent. What the fuck are you talking about? He's like, I'm gonna go buy that.
Way to ruin this fanboy's moment. Fucking Lawler. Seriously.
I'm gonna go buy that on DVD. Or Blu-ray.
Or Blu-ray disc.
Like, fucking wow.
Well, I'll be there.
Let's go back to Taker before we go on a Jerry rant. Anyways, the question here is, do you think WrestleMania needs The Undertaker? I'll start with you, Roto.
I think WrestleMania needs The Undertaker if he's going to be The Undertaker. But in this scenario, I don't think so, man. Because he's not. I don't think he's put in his time. I mean, we can say that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many WrestleManias has it been? Fucking 21?
He's been in? This would be 21, right? Because
This would
he's
be
20 now,
21.
right?
Yeah, this would be 21. That's a fucking long time to wrestle for
Yeah.
one company.
Yeah.
He's earned the respect to the point where we accept that he's only going to wrestle one pay-per-view per year.
And even if he, like, to your point, if he ends it, end of the era, I mean, is it okay to
It
end
would
it at
have
20?
been fitting. Honestly, would have.
What do you think, Dick?
Just if I would like to know if it is going to end, no streak, the streak ends or doesn't continue, I should say. I would like to know that for them to tell me, for them to actually say Taker ain't coming this year, Taker's done. The end of an era should have been it. I honestly thought that was it. That's done. So, all right, but then they're kind of Triple H hints it at the Slammies. Now we got pictures of him at a house show.
Right.
Fuck, is he really?
No, I mean, he's coming back. He's coming back. He'll be there at, because next week they're doing Raw Classic, or Old School is what they're calling it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be there.
You guarantee it. Are you gonna put fried pickles down on that?
Not fried pickles. Let's think. What can we get? Because, after this Raw, we'll be going to the next Raw.
Right, after this, yep.
So,
How about this? If he's
I'll buy
not
you Dr.
there,
I'll buy you Dr. Pete. I'll buy your
promise?
first Dr. Pete.
Alright. If he's not there, I get to buy you a John Cena foam finger.
So,
But
wait.
you have to wear it.
So, if he's not there, not only do I gotta buy you Dr. Pete, but I gotta wear a Cena foam finger.
It's like $4, and I gotta pay $10 for that fucking finger.
That's your $10.
Yeah, but see, you have it. It'd be worth it.
Whatever.
We'll work it out.
I'm out of this.
We'll figure it
I'm
out.
out. I'm not in this.
But good point to you, Dick, that you were saying, Triple H hinted to it, he's like, and you haven't seen the last of The Undertaker. And, I thought last year's kind of build-up was pretty cool, but you cannot fucking challenge the build-up of Shawn versus The Undertaker. Because when Shawn Michaels faced him, it was fucking career versus streak. And I believed that Michaels wanted that streak. Like, when you see that on TV, he was giving me that impression. I was feeling that he wanted to be the one to end the streak.
Well, yeah, because he's Mr. WrestleMania. What else did he have to accomplish?
Yeah.
'Cause he's done everything. He's done it all.
Okay.
He's fucking won every championship. My heart.
Which is not easy, by the way.
No, it's not, because I'm a heartless bastard.
True.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. The first one, after he didn't win the first one, the second one, I was calling for Shawn Michaels to retire, because as much as I fucking love Shawn Michaels, I was getting to the point where I was like, damn, dude, he's so old, he just doesn't look like Shawn anymore.
Yeah.
He's wearing those baggy wrestling pants instead of the
Tights.
heart tights.
Yeah.
So, I didn't think Taker was going to lose. And Taker at that point seemed like he still had a ton left in the tank, man.
Yeah.
And he was an ageless wonder.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, this last year has been rough on him. It looks like. He looks.
But let's go back in time again and go to Raw 1000. Taker didn't look that bad.
No, but I think.
But was that before his surgery? It had to have been before.
Man. He didn't look that bad at all. He looked pretty decent. I don't know. Why. You get the hint that he's going to be there, and he's at Raw 1000. So you want to see more of him. The question to me is, does Taker need WrestleMania? That's the opposite of it.
No, absolutely not. No.
Taker's done everything he could do for this company, for Vince. He doesn't need it.
For himself.
Yeah. You know what's the best thing about him? He's only like a 6-time, 7-time champion.
Absolutely.
He's not one of the fucking
He
guys.
is universally the most respected performer in this business. WCW, TNA, WWE, anything. Anyone who was coming up with like, man, if I can earn the universal popularity of The Undertaker, I've made it.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Right.
And he's like totally changed the landscape of of professional wrestling. I mean, if you think about it, and up until like a few years ago when he did the American Badass thing, he totally kept the kayfabe too. You didn't see him like in the media not being the dead man. He was always the dead man. You never saw that guy just out and about.
And he was champ at that time. He was champ at the dead man.
Yeah.
And he at least he was fucking trying. He got himself a new finisher, a new fucking entrance, and then a super popular song at the time. So at least he was really aiming for it. And I think you touched upon it before in the past. He fucking earned it. Regardless of whatever you talk about, he earned to do the gimmick that he wanted to do.
If that's what he wanted to do, fuck it. Do whatever you want, man.
Yeah. You want to marry
And it was still popular shit just because it was The Undertaker.
Yeah. Right.
And that goes back to, alright, Taker doesn't need Mania. He's done everything. He doesn't need that show. Back to does Mania need Taker? You look at it, how would you feel, though, as a fan to see WrestleMania? How would it be to you when that time comes, when you look at the WrestleMania card and Taker's not on it? That's gotta, like, it's like, damn, it's over. It really is over.
Yeah.
And especially now with how McMahon's trying to bring back all the huge stars, big star, part-timers, to try to get the money. Honestly, it doesn't even seem like he gives a shit about good matches anymore. It's just who's going to bring in the pay,
right.
Who's going to bring in the money. And I think right now, this WrestleMania might need The Undertaker, with a lot of people still being sour about Once in a Lifetime again.
Yeah.
And then what else is going on in that? What else is going on in that card? So Brock and Triple H, okay, but are those two matches going to be enough to to make up for the absence of Taker this year?
I think I'm in that bucket. I am not that excited for WrestleMania. I probably will be once we get closer and closer to the date, and I'll probably be happy more at the live event. But right now, that card is not appealing to me at all.
But the only way that I would be happy is if Undertaker comes back and can do it, which he even said he's not like you guys said, the past 4 Taker matches at Mania have been fucking classics.
Yeah,
he does not want to come back if he's not going to do that.
And neither do we want him to.
I don't want to see him come back as a fucking just a parading around like, hey, it's Taker in a tag match. I wouldn't want that. I want to see him go all out.
Yeah, right. So let's say he does make it to this WrestleMania. What does he do? What role can you put him in? Does he have a singles match? What does he do?
I think the ideal scenario, obviously, is to have him in CM Punk, from like a storyline standpoint and like from a draw standpoint. But honestly, I mean, I don't know. Can he handle a singles match? I mean,
yeah.
What they might have to do is put him in like a 3-way tag with like Team Hell No, like Scales was alluding to earlier this week. He was saying I could see him being a 3-man tag with Team Hell No going on against the Shield, have limited ring time, but still get the pop, still do a couple of spots, hand out a choke slam and a tombstone, get the pin. He ends up pinning whoever.
Yeah.
And just actually have him there, but like at the same time, you go from having like 4 classics in a row to having a mid-card tag team thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't seem worth it.
Yeah, and I don't think he wants to do it either. If he does the CM Punk thing, to me personally, it'll be a rehash of Taker Triple H Part 1, where Triple H pretty much manhandling the entire fucking match. and in the last 5 minutes, finally Taker, turns around and gets him with a Hell's Gate. Like, that's the only thing I can see. But two things come to mind. CM Punk can carry that match. I have no doubt in my mind. Second
CM Punk
thing,
can have a 5-star match with a fucking great comedy. I honestly, I bet he could.
That's kind of pushing it, bro.
What about Big
Great
Show?
Yes,
Big Show.
100%.
Big Show I can see.
Yeah,
I
100%.
don't think anybody's.
So where then I guess let's put it there. Is Undertaker at Great Khali or is he at Big Show? Because we can all agree that he's not going to come back and all of a sudden be the Taker. Because like if you saw him at that house show, he was like fat. He was.
Yeah.
Like his stomach was like sticking out.
Yeah.
And I mean he's never been like this huge muscle bound dude, but like he's never been overweight.
Yeah.
Do you think now he's hit that 300? Or is he still 299?
He may have took the scales to that
If he
300.
comes out and they're like, you're 299 pounds.
Bullshit!
Maybe the left leg. Badass.
The second part of that, I don't think Taker can take the punishment. Even if he does have
And
that
that's
match
what he's
with
been
CM
known
Punk.
for, to be able to just get beat the shit out of on all his matches.
Yeah.
And then it in the long run, it could be what hurts him. No pun intended with that, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the past couple ones, look at all the matches he's been through. All the fucking iconic matches. The first ever Hell in a Cell. He pretty much made Hell in a Cell what it is. Fucking the first ever Inferno match. You got flames, fire everywhere.
Yeah.
And just that complete beatdown that Triple H gave him with the chair last year. And it's like, it takes a toll on him, man. And
Right, especially at his age and his body, how fast it's gonna,
what is he, about to hit 48? He's 47 right now?
I think that's Kane. How old is Taker? Taker's younger than Kane, I think, by a little bit.
Like, what, a
I
year?
think he's
maybe?
45.
Wait a minute. Taker's younger than his younger brother Kane? No.
I might need to Wikipedia that shit.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me, dog.
No, but he has to come back. If he's gonna come back, it's gotta be worth it, man. He can't. I just don't want to see him being a sidekick in a tag match.
But if he comes back and he is in a tag match,
Oh,
better damn believe who announces him.
Paul Bear?
Oh, God, dude. Hear that Mac Militant come out?
Hold on just a minute, players. Now, looks like Team Hell No is a man short against the Shield. Now, I've made a couple of calls, players. And Team Hell No's partner is
The Undertaker.
By the way, Kane is 45. Undertaker's 47. So
Okay.
thank God.
All right.
Until you would have fucking lost it.
What the hell? That don't make no sense, dog. I ain't never been a mathematician. I'm just the managing manager of management, if y'all can manage that. God. What about him? Can we start a Booker T streak at WrestleMania? What if it was Booker Taker?
Booker Taker. I don't know.
No,
If anything, it should be Bookend versus Rock Bottom at WrestleMania. That's gonna be the only way we can settle the score.
I think we need streak versus streak. We need
Oh, God.
Undertaker
He's gonna
going
go
to
with
get.
it.
You know where I'm going.
I know exactly where we're going.
Against
Go
the
ahead.
Miz's 3-0 at WrestleMania streak.
Are you counting the tag match?
I'm counting that tag match. He was there. He was part of it. I'm counting it.
I'm gonna
Got
use that as a segue. The only way I can ever see that storyline work with CM Punk versus Undertaker, imagine a streak against streak.
That was it.
And at that fucking point, I don't know who wins. I
Yeah.
really don't know. Do you give the title to a man that can't really hold it and becomes another part-time champion, and will probably give it up on the next Raw?
He would have gave that. He would have
Yeah,
gave that
immediately. Or do you solidify CM Punk as he's already going to be a Hall of Famer as a fucking legend by ending the streak? Can you imagine that?
That would have been the only way that I would have really been super pumped for Taker and Punk. Right now, it's like unless they do something in these next couple weeks to make this feud believable, other than just us being like, all right, we're gonna get excited that it's Punk against Taker, but it needs to be believable.
Right. That would just blow my mind to bits. Because there's nothing better than a match that you go into and you can't predict the outcome with a solid, backing of it. There's absolutely no way you could have said, well, Taker, has to lose because he can't carry the belt. And, CM Punk has to win because he has the longest winning streak of that title.
And they've been doing that. Let's look at it. Aside from the Royal Rumble, the past couple pay-per-views have had those matches in there. Let's look at the Shield against the fucking Justice League.
Yeah.
We swore up and down, all right, Cena's team taking it, or at least, or Sheamus is going to get pinned.
Yeah.
They threw us a loop, surprised us with that one.
Right.
The Ziggler fucking Cena TLC match, I think we all were afraid that Ziggler was going to lose that match.
Yeah.
And even, I think, the last CM Punk match was the Punk and Cena match at Night of Champions in Boston. I thought Cena was taking it. So
remember the scowls at that pay-per-view when fucking Cena got announced the winner? I've never seen that man so distraught in my life.
I know.
The scowls Eddie was fucking tore to pieces.
I thought he was gonna cry.
Yeah. His mouth was like on the ground, and then 10 seconds later, he's like, "That can't end like that. It can't, and it can't." And I was the only person to predict Cena winning that match. Everybody else said Punk. I was the person that's like, I told you, like, I had a feeling the fucker was gonna win, and then some bullshit tie happened. And thank God it happened, and he retained
the draw or something.
Yeah, but fucking the Scowls was losing his shit.
Then Cena dad started beating on his
Oh man!
I told you we had to wear the pink shirts. They always have the most current Cena gear.
Have to, dude. They gotta be suited up right. Every time I go, I wear the same fucking one. I was like, and every time I wear the one that I wear, that person doesn't fucking wrestle. I wore the Ziggler one twice, didn't wrestle. And then I wore the Barrett one, and it was fucking Ziggler that wrestled. Like, what the fuck, man? Whatever. Regardless.
Yeah, you're like 0 for 6.
Yeah. The only person on point has been Dick, dude. He's got 2 predictions. Pretty on point.
Those dick pics.
Dick pics,
They're
yeah.
golden.
Golden dick pics. I
No
like
pun
it.
intended.
Maybe a little.
Yeah, probably a lot. Back to the Taker. The man's a legend. I'm going to go with he should stop now. I think 20-0 is a good round number. Who the fuck else is he going to wrestle? There's no one. I think it's time to call it quits and finish 20-0. I would love to see him again, but to be honest with you, I have no problem fucking popping in a DVD or Blu-ray and watching that Michaels match or that Triple H match over again because it's phenomenal from beginning to end. I'll fucking watch it all the damn time. Let's say he does do a 21, and I'd say he does it for WrestleMania 30 because he ends it at a round WrestleMania.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Hold it off. But here's the question: who does he face, and does he put him over? I remember back in the day reading that he wanted to put Kane over. That he had known about, like, I can't even remember when the streak actually started keeping count. Like, I don't even remember.
It was like 13.
All I remember is that I remember reading that he wanted Kane to be the one to beat him. That would have been pretty sweet, but to him, I think he didn't even care. But for McMahon, it's like, well, I see dollar bills right here, bro. I need you to fucking keep winning. You're undefeated. I don't even think he even started like that. You know what I mean?
No, they probably didn't even pay attention.
Yeah, they fucking just were doing what it was, and they got that. Possible people to ever beat The Undertaker. I know he's super high on Wade Barrett. I know he fucking thinks he has a lot of talent. Will he put him over? I don't know. That's a tough call, man. I don't know if anybody should beat him.
He put Punk over.
You think so?
I think he put Punk over. And he's always had a soft spot for John Cena.
I can see Cena ending it at 30.
Yeah.
He's always had a soft spot for Cena.
Yeah.
Because he was the one that said, he's like, he was the one that saw potential in the guy.
That's right. His first match, when he was wearing those fucking biker shorts, those red ones, whatever the fuck he was wearing.
He would always go like wherever town they were in, like, so say if they were in Chicago, he would wear like blue and orange. Or if they were in Boston, he'd wear like, either green or like red for the Red Sox. He would always wear the home team colors. It was when he was doing that whole thing. And yeah, Undertaker was high on the guy.
Yeah, the very first one, he asked him for his name or whatever, and he shook his hand. And he was champion at that time, actually. So yeah, that could definitely happen, and you can possibly put Cena over, but I don't think he needs to be over. I think he's over as can be. I don't know. It's a really touchy subject to think about ending the streak, and is it worth it? And has it run its course? I believe it's ran its course.
Yeah.
I think it has, but just from a looking at the card point of view, without a Taker match, that's a huge 50-minute void. Think about it. His entrance alone is like 10 fucking minutes.
Yeah, it takes them guys forever to
The
get there.
ending of after the match is another 10. He gets
Yeah.
to celebrating, walking out the ring.
Yeah.
So that's a huge void to try to put,
All
You
that
saw-
pyro got to go off.
yeah, true.
Well, honestly, he probably should be getting inducted into the Hall of Fame this year.
This year?
Or next year at 30, maybe they'll induct him at 30.
Make 30
Maybe
all
that'll
about
be-
the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would hate to be in that class. I'm going to be fucking
Get totally overshadowed.
What's the point of being
Shit,
there?
in a fucking essence, Mick Foley got overshadowed this year with Bruno.
Everybody did.
Fucking Foley was the first one announced, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you got your 2 week. Was it 2 or 3 weeks? It was 3 weeks later because it was Stratus, Backman, and then Bruno, and everyone else was just, well,
This is Bruno's Hall
Yep.
of Fame. I guess that can happen with every Hall of Fame that,
Imagine being in the one with Stone Cold.
yeah.
who the hell was in the one with Stone Cold?
Who remembers?
I just remember him handing John Cena a beer. And Cena drinking that beer I don't know. Jeez. I have a hard time hating on Cena outside of the ring because he is such a good guy.
Yeah.
But like Punk said in his promo, when Stone Cold gave the beer to Cena, he was like, "What the fuck? Whatever. Who's gonna give it to you though, Punk?"
True.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a really touchy subject to talk about Taker and what can happen with the streak, but I say end it, and I say he had a phenomenal run and he deserves every bit of recognition.
Yeah.
For it.
Absolutely. I mean, I'd like to see him again, but I'd hate to see him end on a shitty match.
Yeah.
Where you look at it, you're like, man, he wasn't in good shape there.
Weren't they talking about like him facing Brock at one point? Wasn't that rumored as well?
Yeah.
Like there was supposed to be a Brock versus Taker match.
Which would have been like, there's no way he's gonna put fucking Brock Lesnar over.
Yeah.
Well, like honestly, Punk, you never know.
I don't know, man. I'm just
I don't
really
know.
worried that
20
I don't know. As much of a Punk fan as I am, I don't know if I'd like to see the streak.
20-0 is perfect. Perfect number. You're done.
Yeah. But honestly, I mean, why else would he be at a house show? And why would they push the house show so bad? Why? I mean, the reason why they did that is think about how everyone's going to tune in until that fucker appears.
Hell yeah.
It was smart of them not to. Everyone watched today because one, that Cena and a Punk match.
Yeah.
And then also they're waiting, myself included, waiting for Taker to come out.
They're waiting the entire time. Man.
And then this week you're like, WWE Classic.
Yeah.
Or Throwback.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be there. And if he's not, if he's at Indianapolis when we're there, I will shit my pants Jerry Lawler style. Oh, wait.
Speaking of that, we've done some research during the break. We were looking into, has anybody pooped their pants? And during the whole going into the info, I remember that. Wait a minute, I think it was Jerry talking about somebody pooping in their pants or something along those lines. Before you even get on there, we're like, maybe it's on YouTube. So we look it up. And what is the first suggestion you get, Dick?
Something like what was it? Jerry Lawler farts on Raw.
So we're like, no way. You have to see this. At the end of this video, I'm going to put a fucking link to that damn video. Because it is fucking spot on, dude. I don't know if it's real.
I think it's real. I'm going for it. I'm calling real.
I'm calling real because the way he reacts to it is like, shit my pants.
It was really fucking good.
But we ended up finding out, what was it, Lawler talking about somebody.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. And then we found like 3 other freaking stories about people pooping in other places. Well, we knew about the Randy Orton because he talked about it in the DVD, right? Or
Yeah, he talked about it in his Evolution of the Viper DVD, how he shit in one of the Divas gym bags. Could you imagine coming back from a show, getting you're like, just took a shower, you're relieved to get out of your fucking, working clothes, and you look in there and there's just some big greasy steamer covering all of your clothes.
fucking
Not only that, I know in Brett's book, he had talked about the Clique, who is, Shawn, Scott Hall, Nash, X-Pac, and Triple H. They all took a shit in Sunny, the original Divas, her sandwich. It was either in her actual sandwich or in her lunch. Her lunch. like her box or whatever.
I was
Nah,
not,
that one.
I was not expecting all these poop stories. to
Yeah,
come out.
fucking. It's a
The-
goddamn
The best one, which
24/7 college.
we are going to investigate in detail. We got very detailed explanation of a match with actually featuring The Undertaker. It was Undertaker versus Psycho Sid, which was 13, was it? You said?
13.
So apparently, at one point, the backstory was that Sid forgot his match was next, and he had to go, and he got to go bad. But his fucking match was on next. So apparently, if we watch the match, at one point he goes for a power slam. Did you say that? He goes for a power slam, and apparently he like looks like really awkward at the camera or some shit. And here's the part that I don't fucking believe. Roto's like, yeah, it says that he put him in a tombstone, and when he squeezed him for it, that's when he pooped. I was like, that's kind of fucking pushing it. I don't know.
It says that Taker drops him gagging. So, like, there's no way that, like, you either see it or you don't.
Alright.
I mean, Deadman totally breaks character and starts gagging. Because Psycho Sid just dropped a load right in his face. He's like, oh, I got a rosebud in there for you.
We got to do some research on that.
We're gonna look into the vault and find that on the Undertaker DVD, the 20-0, whatever it is, and look at the streak and see if
Just try to find the streak.
That's where the streak started.
Dude, you said it was at 13 or some bullshit right now.
The streak. There we go.
Awesome.
Oh,
Look at the irony of that. That'd be so ridiculous. And then they started counting on that one.
Undertaker, the streak no one knows about.
Oh shit. Alright, so tune in next week when we uncover the unsolved mysteries of fecal matter in the WWE. I think over half of our shows have the word poop in it, one way or another. Alright, regardless.
That's just I was over here laughing because I'm sitting here, you're talking, we just watched the Jerry Lawler thing. Is
that why you lost it?
Yeah, dude, because I farted over
I
here.
fucking heard it too! I knew it! I should have called your ass
I
out.
just been like, whoo! And I started laughing.
I fucking knew it. I just didn't want to break. I knew it.
Explosive.
That's the best part about that video.
Jesus.
Tune into the link. Watch the link after the video, after the podcast, and take a look because it is fucking spot on. We watched it like 4 or 5 times because it was that damn good. Make sure you tune in next week as, of course, we'll recap Raw. We'll see what the Throwback Raw has it, and will the Undertaker be there? And if not, come March 11th, your ass would be there, Taker, because these 3 heels will be there live to see it. And, of course, that would be fucking phenomenal if we see that shit live. So, really, really good stuff. So, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at
MidCard Radio.
Make sure you follow us, leave some comments, see if any have any ideas of sort of topics we can talk about. Shoot, let us know. We'll definitely keep them in mind for future episodes. If you want to follow us, I think we're all pretty active on the Twitter, and we've kind of given the handles out again. So if you need them, go through at Life on the MidCard. They'll be on there, be able to follow us, and hear about what we do outside. Drink, work out, take likes the Punisher and Skulls and the Miz.
Yep. That's all you need in life for me, man.
Listen in. Let us know what you think. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you tune in next week as we hit you with episode number 7.